So we're here at Workshop 1 for the DARPA Triage Challenge. We're down here at the Guardian Center in Georgia. This opportunity is the first of 6 events for our systems competition teams. We have about 9 teams out here, and so this is the first time they're getting to see kind of what we've been setting up for the last few months, what we've been planning.
The workshop is a chance to practice. So the teams that are competing in the challenge in the fall, they get to come here, and we've set up a course for them that's representative of what they're going to face when they're in the actual competition. So they get a chance to see what that's going to be like, see how their systems do in those settings, and then they can take that data back and see, well, where did we do well? Where do we need to improve? It's also a chance for us to practice. We haven't done this before, so we'll take back lessons from this and build that into the competition in the fall.
There's always things that we've learned, teams learned. I think even in our first day yesterday, we've already learned some insights from the teams in terms of how they've kind of set up some of their testing. They've changed out some of their algorithms and things that they're thinking about based on what they've seen at the practice course. And then our team has learned a lot too in terms of what we need to do to make this event smooth, working for the teams, switching out anything we need to do on our internal side with our scoring, networking, actors. We've got live actors on the field, so that's been really great. And so we've learned a lot with them coming out for this event to kind of make changes for day 2 so we can kind of go forward.
Safety is paramount here. We have a couple of our team members out that are on field during simulation and test runs. So we are spotting all live actors to make sure that there is no real world emergencies that are actually coming in, but also spotting the systems. So the UGVs and UASs that are flying around, they have certain roles that they have to adhere to. They can't get within a certain amount of distance between live actors or any casualties, so also mannequins. So we are just watching to make sure that no one's unsafe.
The teams are really excited. They're using this workshop as a chance to collect data on a course that's similar to what they're going to face in the competition. Some of them haven't had a chance to collect any training data on their own. So they're going to get to run a course that's similar to what they're going to have to deal with. So it's a great opportunity for them to practice.
Out of the workshop, again, this first trial run with all of the live actors and the setup of the competition is great for us to give a first data evaluation for our system. We're going to walk away with a ton of data that we can go back to refine our algorithms, assess their performance, prepare us for the competition later this year.
We've been completely ecstatic to participate in this workshop. Having this gives us what we feel is an incredible leg up in the competition, knowing what to expect, being able to see the field, being able to have conversations one-on-one. Of course, we had some technical issues during our test run, but these are all technical bugs that are going to get worked out now and instead of 4 months.
The workshop that we're at right now is for the systems competition, the actual hardware, platforms and sensors and physically simulated casualties. The virtual platform is all of that in a virtual world. So we have realistic models for injury physiology built into this platform, and realistic models for the environment and the sensors. For everything that's a part of the systems competition, we have a virtual version of that. We can simulate situations that we can't simulate in the systems competition. So in the systems competition, we don't have anyone who's actually injured. We have mannequins and actors and can approximate that. But in a virtual setting, we can in some ways simulate those injuries in a more realistic way. We can simulate very large numbers of casualties. We can simulate situations that we can't do in a physical setting, like chemical exposures. So in a way, it gives us a wider scope of technology and challenges to explore, so we can get ideas for what works in a virtual setting, and then hopefully bring those over to the system setting, and we get lessons from the system setting and go back and forth like that. So those two work hand in hand. The data competition is getting at a different challenge in medical triage and casualty care more generally. When you have someone who's been injured, it can be difficult to determine how seriously injured they are. And so we're going to provide some of that data for teams to train on, and then we're going to test them. And so we'll give them a strip of data, maybe a few minutes of data, and ask them, can you tell us what life-saving interventions this patient ended up needing over the next few hours? And then if they can do that, then we have a basis for developing sensors and algorithms to detect those signatures. And so imagine a medic in a field setting dealing with many casualties and has to decide who to prioritize for getting to a hospital. And so that's something we don't have the ability to do now, and so that's what we're getting at in the data challenge. We are all so excited to see this actually taking shape. The DARPA team and now our extended team of partners has been hard at work for a couple of years now getting set up for this. There's a lot that needed to be done to put all this in place. And so this workshop is the first opportunity we have to see the teams in the systems competition actually operating their systems. So I think this makes it real, and everyone here is super energized.